when you say you're okay, so when you say your generation is not being held accountable, right?
Mm-hmm.
What is the biggest thing that you feel like we need to be holding y'all more accountable in regards to? Like, what is one of the things that you need? You feel like the generation, not just you, but hey, if the people before us would do this for us, we would be better.
Talk. Welcome back to another episode of Constructive Criticism. I am your host, Seven, and we have my co-host.
I'm so subtle.
All right, and we're about to get into it. So last week we talked about the armor of God and just how the Bible was presented to me versus how I see it now. So we want to keep going with that.
Pretty much.
Yeah.
We're gonna finish that up because I believe that was something that needed to continue.
Right.
So, where were we? We were looking up the actual meaning of the armor of God. So we're gonna go back to that. How y'all doing out there today? The funny thing is, if you were not in the last episode, Seven came to me and was like, "Look, Ma,
Hey, Ma.
hey, Ma, listen, I got some shit I want to talk to you about.
Right.
Been on my head. Got some questions." So we was gonna sit down, get some answers. So first thing we were wanting to verify, because we not professionals in any way, form, or fashion, but we are connoisseurs of the Word of God. So we're trying to understand and comprehend, and we're just gonna give you our interpretation of what the Word is saying. So, what's the first thing we need to put on when it comes to the armor?
First thing is helmet of salvation.
The helmet of salvation. So, is there any kind of description or understanding that they're giving for those? Let's see, the helmet of salvation. It's in Ephesians.
Right.
Let's look up Ephesians. Ephesians what?
Ephesians 6 and 17.
6 and 17. Let's get Ephesians going up in here.
Well, the player smart go to Ephesians 6 and 13 to
Why you
17.
ain't going? You ain't going? Hey,
Oh,
you
you
go
want me
for
to go?
me. Yeah, you go for me. Ain't this your show? Go for me.
Yeah.
I'm just sitting here. I want you to go for me.
Yeah.
This is an understanding and a clarity that a lot of people don't get. They tell you to put on the whole armor of God, but a lot of people don't even know how to tie down that chest plate. A lot of people don't put on their chin strap when it comes to their helmets. They leave their swords at home. Their belts are broken.
Mm.
It's okay, though, because all those things can be fixed and addressed. All those things can be, worked through. So it's not a big deal. So we got Ephesians. And what did you want us to go to instead of Ephesians if you want to be safe? Tell the people what you're doing, where you going.
Talking about for the armor of God?
Yeah.
I'm going to Ephesians chapter 6, verses 13 through 17.
All right, there we go.
All right, there you go.
What we saying it now?
Gotta change the...
To the normal.
Yeah.
Let's talk English version of the Bible, because I don't know what you're talking about. It's the new, was it?
New Living Translation.
Yeah, New Living Translation. That's what we need. Because, I don't know. Most time, he don't know. He getting it. Give him a second, because this is...
Say ESV. I don't know what translation that is, but...
We going to try it?
We
We going to see what it say. See what it say.
All right, so...
Is it telling me what verse? That's the way down. Let's see what it say. Okay.
That's it right there. Proofreading it.
Yeah, I'm proofreading it. I'm making sure I'm saying what I'm thinking.
Right.
the belt of truth.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, okay. At first, remember I didn't know they had a belt.
Right.
It's like, wow, there's a belt to this
Yeah,
bad boy.
belt the truth.
I didn't know they had it. I be wondering, because do you think they had belts back then? Because I'm one of those people that are very literal.
Right.
So
So it say you got a belt. But
he said,
did you
"Got a
have
belt? Did you?" Oh, they did have belts. You know when they had belts
What?
to hold the sword.
Yeah.
The belt of truth holds the sword.
Right.
That's cool. Okay, cool. So the whole armor God it entails what? The helmet,
Salvation.
mm-hmm.
The breastplate of righteousness.
Mm-hmm.
The belt of truth.
Mm-hmm.
Shield of faith.
Mm-hmm.
Sword of spirit.
Mm-hmm.
Feet of peace.
Okay. Feet of peace. So walks off. Well, give us a second.
Yeah.
But the actual
Armor of God.
armors.
And the last one we was at was feet of peace, and you were saying walk in peace.
Right.
Yeah.
So a lot of so people find strength, or they think they find strength in noise and aggression, and most strength usually comes from your ability to move in a room in silence.
Right.
To not bring attention to yourself. What's his name? Denzel in American Gangster. Loudest in the room.
Right.
Usually the one he put that goddamn fur coat on, he was done.
Right.
Learn your lesson. Shut the fuck.
Yeah.
Feet of peace.
Feet of peace.
Okay. All right then. All right. So that was pretty much what we were wrapping up for last week.
Right.
But I wanted to get more into I gotta find a way to transition into that a little bit better.
Okay.
The other situation that we were talking about that the other day was the ability or the talents that were given.
Right.
So when it comes to that conversation, I wanted to get a little deeper in that if you were interested in talking about that today.
Okay.
All right, cool.
Let's do it.
All right, so what do you know about the actual discussion or that story? Because like I said before, you grew up in the church.
Right.
And a lot of the issues that you had when it came to the church, you didn't even know how or were not aware of how to, maneuver. So tell me, when you heard that, what you hear?
Well, as far as like the talent part?
Just in general, the whole story. So are you familiar with the story?
No.
Okay. About you had the 3 slaves. Because like I said, look it up. Look it up.
Yeah.
You had the 3 slaves, right?
Mm-hmm.
And when you had the 3 slaves, he had the master. The master gave talents
to each slave.
And one slave went and tripled or something like that. I don't know exactly. And the other slave went and doubled their, went to the market, did what they did. The other slave buried them. Right.
Mm-hmm.
So when the other slave buried the talents, the master came back and all 3 of them presented the talents to the master.
Mm-hmm.
And I may be saying this completely wrong, but this is the gist of it. Presented the talents to the master, and the master awarded the talents. The people who actually went out and multiplied their talents.
One servant received 5 talents.
Right. Go ahead.
The second half received 2, and the third received only 1. Master who was leaving his house to travel, and before leaving, instructed his property to his servants. So that's where the talents came from.
Okay. And open that. Let me see a little bit more about what that was. I'm sorry. I think I pressed the wrong button.
Yeah, we ain't doing that Wikipedia stuff.
Right, we ain't doing Wikipedia.
Ain't doing
Wikipedia, I pressed it wrong, but
Yeah, we ain't doing that right now.
okay, yeah. So it says here, an understanding of the parable of the talents. Jesus uses the parable of the talents to help us understand our calling as Christians and our responsibilities to use what God has given us to bring him glory and honor. That's what I'm basically trying to say. So the conversation we were having, you were like discussing with me, was it?
Why they sat me down?
Right.
Yeah.
And also, I was relating not only why they set you down, that was the last one, but the conversation in regards to the talents was in relation to, yo, you sitting here and he's my he's my production manager.
Right.
He puts all this together. Never even knew he had the talent.
Never knew it.
And the fear of failure will cause you to not even tap into.
Right.
So tell me a little bit about what you have experienced since we have started this journey.
So, basically, when, like I said last week at church, I grew up in a family where I couldn't say no to audio team, the drumming, and all that. So, at my home church, my family church, whatever you want to call it,
Right.
I felt confined. Like, okay, yeah.
What you mean by confined?
With drums, I just played certain songs. I knew the songs. I didn't even have to, listen to the songs.
Right.
When it came on the list, man, I already knew what it was.
Who taught you how to play drums, though?
My dad taught me how to keep a tempo, but I took it from that point and created my own style.
So your father knows how to play drums?
Yeah.
So is it something that has been passed on? Okay,
Basically.
cool. All right, cool.
I took it and ran. Like,
got you.
I took it.
You made your own thing. I got you.
took it crazy. Like,
Right.
But long story short, even with the audio team, everything I've ever learned was just somebody showing me once.
Right.
Like anything.
Right.
And it just became natural. Like I come into church or whatever, even to this day. Going to church, cut the sound on, check the mics, whatever it may be. And it just became normal. But when we got to this point, never did anything for as streaming logic things, whatever that may be. And I didn't know I had the ability to do it. Like I always, like even watching the YouTube video, like today I got frustrated because I'm like,
yeah, I saw you.
how can I put the two different mics under one
right,
program?
he was fighting that.
And I was like, dang, bro, I ain't got it. But took my time, took a deep breath, and I ended up getting it. So now it's recorded.
It's awesome.
The
like,
lighting, never knew it. I didn't know how important light fixtures were.
Mm-hmm.
Camera angles, I didn't know how important it was, but made it happen. Now look at the video.
Yeah, you're doing a good job, man.
Yeah, so
my editing, my he plays a major part in the production of this show.
Yeah.
And he plays a major part and didn't come in with as much knowledge as he's actually gained in the last,
3 weeks.
He's done so much work to make this happen, and the reality of it is I wouldn't be talking. I don't know how to do that.
Yeah.
So yeah, the talent that he had that we had to understand, that I had to
unravel.
Yeah. You didn't even realize that all the things, and then the funny thing is what you enjoy doing.
Yeah.
Playing the drums, being in this kind of, at least I feel like you enjoy doing it.
I enjoy it.
Yeah.
This space.
This space is this is comfortable.
Right.
It's not forced.
Right.
So stuff you enjoy doing, like that's what he's saying. The gifts that he has given you, not the things that you are forced into.
Right.
So you basically came into that situation. Now you're learning.
Moving smooth.
Big smooth.
I love it. Like I wouldn't trade this for anything in the world. Like honestly, for
yeah, I believe you.
And I thank you for funding.
Yeah, I did. Yeah,
thing,
I got you, man.
So,
Support, man.
Yeah.
I got you. Yeah, definitely. You doing it, and I tell you, if it wasn't for you investing your time and learning what you've learned, my situation wouldn't be what it is. So I definitely, kudos. But your talent is usually right under your nose. You can make a lot of money.
Yeah. I did some research actually 2 nights ago. I ain't even
Okay.
tell you this. And I
Okay.
seen how much engineering productors, production, whatever you want to call it, how much they can make.
A year or so is this based off?
No, a year.
So is this based off of a company, like owning a company, or being working for
Company,
somebody?
contractor, whatever you want to call
Right,
it. Like,
right.
I looked at it from both standpoints. You can make at least $250 a year.
Have you ever thought about doing that?
Now I have. Now I have. But before, no, I'm like, nah. And I hit. And then I always had the wrong misconception. I'm not gonna lie. Anytime I heard engineer, I was thinking about spacecrafts like NASA.
I got you.
I wasn't thinking about
Engineering. You're engineering something.
in product. Yeah.
Yeah.
So I never thought of it like that. I just thought like engineer was always NASA.
NASA.
Yeah.
You didn't think you was gonna get to NASA? You just said fuck it.
Yeah. I was like, yeah, it's over with.
You said NASA ain't even where it's at, bro.
Yeah, I'm
gonna stay on Earth, man.
Yeah, I want to stay on the ground.
Right,
I don't even like flying.
I don't even like to fly.
Nah,
Well, I'm gonna be in the sky for.
never flew anyway.
Well, we gonna have to change that. You gonna be flying soon, yeah.
I'm driving everywhere I go.
You ain't. You can't drive across the ocean. He said Jesus walked on water.
Yeah, he walked. I'm gonna walk too.
He said faith is a mustard seed.
Hey, I'm gonna have faith to walk on that water.
Like that little was it a iguana, a gecko to run? The legs be like this.
Be walking and running on water like he did.
All the way to Europe.
I swear.
We gonna be across the pond. He gonna be running on it.
Running. I'll be done about the next 4 days.
Right. He said the show over, man.
Yeah, the show over with, but I try to
We
come.
done shot. We coming back.
Yeah.
You know.
Meet y'all halfway.
You know what's funny though?
What's up?
We probably are gonna shoot in London sometime soon.
Hey, let's do it.
Yeah, for real.
I'm with it.
I have so many people in England. So we have our other show that we do. He does production for me on The Subtle Blessing.
Subtle Blessing. Y'all go subscribe.
Yeah, definitely. I'm
She
the
is
host.
the host.
Please
It's
come
her
see us.
show.
Yeah, it's my show. This is me supporting the people I love.
Let me give you your flowers right now.
What's up?
Y'all go to her show and subscribe, bro. She's dropping jewels. I'm talking about like incredible content, stuff you can learn from, like stuff that's been helping me. Like I probably be on there. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Not doing this, but I be telling y'all like how far I came.
Yeah, definitely.
Opportunities and all.
Yeah. So, man.
Yeah.
We're gonna have a conversation.
Yeah.
We're gonna have a conversation. But definitely joining me on that channel. I am open to any questions, comments, suggestions to make the page better, the station better. Please drop some knowledge on us, because the whole purpose of this is for us to be able to not only tell you what we've been through, and hopefully those things help you, but to also learn.
Right.
So we don't in any way, form, or fashion think that we know anything that everybody else don't probably know.
Right.
So if you can teach me, please teach me.
And I'm still learning.
Yeah.
I'm 26 years old, still learning, trying to get it right.
Oh, you a baby.
Yeah.
Because I'm a baby. Fuck. You know, it's like I ain't that old. Goddamn.
Yeah.
Cute.
But yeah, so talents.
Yeah, back to that.
Got many of them. Didn't know I had. Well, I'm not gonna lie. I knew I had a lot of talents, but I didn't.
How to monetize them? Not even knowing. Did you even realize that the things you were learning at such a young age could make you money?
No, like I started early, like my son's age.
Yeah.
Like
How
my
old is your
dad.
son?
My son is 8.
Mm.
So my dad started me like.
So did your dad encourage you to do it, or was it something that you wanted to do?
Nah, it was like. Now I give him this credit. He never forced me to do anything for his like drums, football, whatever. Mm. I saw him doing it, and I was just like,
he encouraged you. That's what I mean by encouraging.
Yeah. It might be cool.
Right.
Like, let me see what he talking about.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
To see what you over there
and
doing.
then I seen all the accolades and the admiration he was getting from doing like the sound and the.
And that, did you admire him in that space?
Yeah, I did, because it was many times where we had other people at the church that did the sound, and they was like, they can tell when my dad wasn't back there in the sound room. So they was like, well, when he come, we need him to come back and, get this sound right. And even with Prophet Todd Hall came to my home church, he was like, I don't know who you are, but I want you to run my sound. And after the service, he was like willing to pay my dad to travel with him.
Really?
That's how good the sound was. You know what I'm
but
saying?
hey, you let them hear what you got going on here?
Nah.
You hear the sound?
Yeah.
You don't think
oh yeah. That's why he wanted to do the podcast now.
Right.
But yeah, so I saw that as a kid, and then seeing what it can go now, it's like this is second nature.
Right. And you're walking, it's kind of like you didn't even realize you was walking into something, because the industry that you walking into wasn't even really the industry it is now when you started learning how to do this.
Back then, it was just a select few people that was doing this. Now it's like so many people.
And then being in Atlanta, being able to, everybody's encouraging you to be a business person.
Boy, that's the crazy part.
You, I've never seen, I don't know of very many places. I can't say I have seen anything like it.
Yeah.
But I've gone and I've lived in, like, for example, I lived in North Dakota, right?
Right. Cold there.
Ain't no black people, man.
For real?
Yeah, man. So I was there, right? And I used to be a larger woman.
Yeah.
And I used to be a big black girl with locks walking around North Dakota. There needs to be a gate around North Dakota, and that needs to be the United States State Penitentiary.
Swear to God.
The entire state. It's nothing but, it's a job. Nah. It's nothing but a job. There's factories, there's farms, and there's water and cold.
So that's not a place where you should visit.
If you want to visit, you can visit. It's not a place where you should stay.
Right. Okay.
My opinion. But anyway,
I get it.
So I've lived a number of places, and there's not very many black people. So in a lot of places that have the push, what you doing, that Atlanta gives you. I say the only place I can think of, there's a few of them, but Houston is a good one.
Houston always running.
Yeah, they doing their thing over there when it comes to the culture and it comes to, I haven't been recently, but I do plan to go to Houston because, like I said, for some reason they say it's popping, and I want to go see what's blowing up over there.
Right.
But that being said, Atlanta got the festivals. Those are nothing but opportunities for vendors to get their product out. You feel me? Atlanta has the concerts.
Right.
All the big names want to be over here.
Who wouldn't want to come to Atlanta?
Who wouldn't want to come to Atlanta if you're trying to get your music off?
Right.
You know what I mean? I mean, there's not too many things in this space as a African-American person of color entrepreneur that you can't really address in Atlanta. Now, I ain't saying Georgia. I ain't say Georgia.
Atlanta.
You heard the song.
Yeah.
There's a difference.
Right.
But anyway. So, that ain't Atlanta. But that being said, I'm not knocking anywhere else or anything like that.
Right.
But you can make it here. Talent, shit.
Got talents. This is the place to come. I mean, I be telling people like, man, why you coming to Atlanta, boy? Like, why you coming to Georgia? Period. I don't like Atlanta. Like,
he don't.
I'm not from.
He don't
Atlanta.
even want to drive through Atlanta.
Oh, if I can find an alternate route,
he would,
bruh.
He would.
So when people like, I'm not even from the city. Like, I'm not a city boy. Period. Like,
Country.
At all. But I say all that to say, Atlanta is full of opportunity. A lot of opportunity. I didn't even know that. I still don't want to go down there. But if I have to, I would. But it's full of it.
Well, technically, you there now. We in Atlanta.
Yeah, we 10,
we
10
here
15
now.
minutes from it.
No, we in it. This is my address. Say Atlanta.
True. But see, some people say,
I live in Atlanta.
yeah.
Yeah, I live. I don't know what some people say, but I live in Atlanta.
Okay.
Yeah, he like,
It's
damn,
South
I gotta
Atlanta.
go.
Yeah,
He's like, I'm gonna go home.
Need to go back to the east side.
Right. He's trying to get to the house.
Oh God.
Right.
But I want to shift gears though, and I want to really pick your brain.
What's up?
So what do you see? This a hey mom moment.
All
Hey
right.
mom.
What's up going on?
So what do you see different in this generation? Like, what do you see us doing? Like, we do a lot of wrong. Like, it's nobody is holding us accountable for a lot of things we doing. So, especially me, if there's one or two things you can help me do to be a better person, what would it be?
There was one or two things. Good question. There's a lot of things I can help you do.
It's that hey mom moment.
But
It just came like,
yeah. I don't think, like, okay, so the fact that you said that no one holds you accountable, who do you think should be holding you accountable?
Myself first and foremost, you know what I'm saying? But I don't okay, my parents, yes, they held me accountable. Let me not say that. But when I
saw you get slapped at church, bro.
yeah, and
So
I
let's just stop.
got my teeth squeezed out and all that. Like, yeah, my folk didn't play.
Right, that ain't what it is.
But as far as like when I got older and all that, away from my parents, I led to, well, I did this because you did, you know what I'm saying? Or I didn't, or I put the blame on anybody else. I just recently got to the point where I just don't, you know what I'm saying? Like, I hold myself accountable. But my question is, I just want to like keep this thing going, not get discouraged, not get, you know.
Well, I'm answering your question, but you got to answer mine. You want me to answer your question a certain way, but that's not how I answer questions.
Okay, so go ahead.
Say God say if you want courage, he's not going to drop courage into your heart. He's going to give you opportunity to be courageous.
Right.
So my question is, who do you think shall hold you accountable?
Me.
Okay. So if you feel that way about yourself and you feel like your generation is not being held accountable, why is it that you're asking me to now hold you accountable? Why are you not holding your own generation accountable if you recognize the situation?
I'm scared for my generation.
What brings you fear?
Because y'all are the ones, like my mom generation, your generation, and the generation before my mom, y'all the ones that paved the way. Like, y'all are actually like
paved the way for what?
Like, just in general, like America, corporate America.
What about it?
Tradition, whatever it may be, cooking, cleaning, you know, being that woman, being that man, whatever. My generation don't do that. Like, it's no, like you always say, substance into that generation.
It's environment, baby. So something that I tell you, you will find what you look for.
Right.
You seek cheating, you will find cheating. You seek a car, you will find that motherfucker. You'll find that car.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? If you ever thought of, man, I want that Challenger ST100, I don't know. But all of a sudden, every other car is that motherfucking car.
Yeah. Just like when I did with the Durango.
Yeah. One day he said, "Mom, you seen that Durango?" I said, "Nah, man, I ain't seen that Durango." "Oh yeah, it's right there. You don't see it?" "Nah, I see it." I said, when I turn around and say, "You gonna see it 3 more times? Don't worry about it."
Seen it 10 more times.
Right before the darn we finished the ride.
Yeah,
seen it over and over again. So if you are specifically are in an environment where you are experiencing people who are lonely, who are depressed, who have no guidance, you're in the wrong environment.
Right.
Change your environment. The reality of it is they're going to be that. To think that you can direct a generation of people to not have that in it, no, I don't think that's realistic. But you can definitely guide a lot of people into how to see themselves through it. Okay. But environment, sir. If you want to be and see better, you have to then seek that out, just like you seek anything else out. What's wrong?
Stop.
Okay. Just like you seek anything else out. So if you're going to turn around and you're going to realize that there's an issue, you can't stay in the pool and then try to get away from the water.
Right.
You got to get out the pool. You feel me?
Yeah. Makes sense.
Yeah. So are you encouraging yourself to, because again, who is responsible for your encouragement as a grown man? Who's responsible for your growth? Who's responsible for your direction? In the end, you, because in the end, you got to live your life.
Yeah.
You have to actually experience yourself.
Yeah. But I feel like a lot of things that y'all are holding up, I feel like once y'all, transition to the afterlife or whatever, I feel like a lot of stuff go fall apart. Like, I feel like when my uncle transition or the elderly transition at the church, I feel like that is going to fall apart. The only church I feel like,
You don't feel like the next generation is going to be able to sustain what is happening, and that's a fear of yours when it comes to life or in general or that specific situation?
life in general,
Okay.
like even with family reunions or whatever, like this year, like when I was growing up as a kid, like my son age, and
That requires a level of responsibility.
no, for sure.
But so that requires a level of responsibility not only for my generation or generations before me.
Yeah.
That requires a level of responsibility for the generation you're in. That's what I'm saying. So if you're in this generation and you're recognizing that there is an issue and you're not turning around and saying, hey, I am going to show you I can take on responsibility.
Mm-hmm.
Have you done that?
Somewhat, not all the way.
So that's the goal, in my opinion. If the concern is the transition of the elderly or the older or the more mature or the senior, whatever way you want to put it, people as they transition out of that position and you transition into it. So, for example, my grandmother passed away, the patriarch of my family.
Right.
My grandmother passed away. My mother became the patriarch of my family. I had to show her that that's what she was.
Yeah.
You feel me? But then I did that not by telling her like I had to teach my mother something.
Mm-hmm.
Now my mama knew who she was,
Mm-hmm.
but I had to show her that's who she was because then I became her.
Right.
It just happens.
Yeah. And that's the same thing like with my grandma. Like my great grandma, I never got a chance to meet her on my mom's side. I never got a chance to meet her, but how it was presented to me was her house was the family house. Period. Like all weekend, everybody was down in Pike County. Now, my grandma, which is my mom's mom, her house is the family house. Like anytime we have a cookout, that's where everybody going to. But I feel like once she transitions, where we go? Who go do it? Who's gonna initiate it? And I fear that because that's the house everybody come cook out, play basketball. Somebody pass away, that's where we going to do the meetups and all this type of stuff. So it's like I feel that because I want my kids to somewhat grow up the same way I did. You know what I'm saying? Like,
do you recall what I be telling you sometimes when I say preparation is key?
Yeah.
So I tell you all the time that the unfortunate thing in our life is that everybody at one time and sometime will
die.
Leave you.
Yeah, leave you, die, whatever. Yeah.
No, it's not
well,
die. Leave you.
Yeah.
Either by choice or by force.
Yeah.
They're going to go.
Yeah.
So if you are moving in a place of not fear, but understanding, and you're loving on those people, you leave with they leave with less regret. So in other words, while you are mourning people, whether it be by them leaving by choice or whether it be by them leaving by force, you are understanding all the other things that are important, like finding a job.
Yeah.
Because eventually I'm going to have to feed myself. Having my own car insurance and taking that burden off the person, you know what I mean? Because eventually I'm going to have to anyway.
Yeah.
Being a responsible person so that in that space, you guys have some kind of balance with whatever relationship you have. My relationship with you worked because of the balance.
Yeah.
Although you look at me in a manner that has a certain level of admiration and respect, I have that for you as well.
Yeah.
So there's a balance there. So whenever I do go, we gonna be good.
Yeah.
You feel me?
Yeah.
It's not gonna be. It's just gonna be. I miss my friend.
Yeah.
It's not gonna be crazy.
Yeah.
Oh, I should have treated him better.
Nah, because you doing that
I'm
now.
doing it now.
And see, that's the thing. Like, it's becoming, when you was talking, my mind, I have a lot on my mind, but I realized I did a lot of that with my aunt, my dad's sister, when she passed away in August 2021. Like, my grandma on my dad's side, which is my mom, my dad's mom, they stayed in the same house. And, like, that was the house. Once again, that was the house that everybody came to. Down in the country, like we were talking about last week, an hour and 30 minutes. We used to take, but that's an hour 50 minutes.
I didn't go
because that town is 10, 15 minutes away from where the church at. So, long story short, when she transitioned and passed away from COVID or whatever it may be, I stopped going. Like, even though my grandma is still there, I stopped going. Like, I just don't have a reason to go down there. And my wife, she was just telling me, like, that's still your grandmama. Like,
yeah, you have every reason to go.
Yeah, I know, but it's just, it'd be weird walking into the living room not seeing my auntie sitting right there or hearing her laugh.
That's your fear of change.
Yeah.
And transition. That's what I mean. That's exactly what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
The fear of change. People don't understand that a lot of anxiety, a lot of depression, a lot of worry is coming from your inability to allow things to change and grow. You're not ready for the position that is being forced on you because you have not prepared yourself for change.
Yeah.
And that's an everyday task. That's not, next week I'll be ready. No, it's a realizing, recognizing, self-evaluation, and then doing.
Right.
Because in the end, people are going to leave. Enjoy them while they're here. Love them while you can.
Yeah.
Forgive people that needs to be forgiven and remove people that need to be removed.
Yeah.
Enjoy your life because you deserve, because your shit is short too, to breathe easy. Easy breezy. Yeah. And like I told you, next week, don't kill a lot. Don't clear up no rumors.
Yeah.
You understand?
That's a shirt.
Don't clear up no rumors.
Yeah.
Because the reality of the situation is I move how I am. I am who I am, who I am. And you ain't got to wonder who I am.
Yeah.
I clears no rumors.
I clear up no rumors.
So the reality of the situation is if I move like I move, I ain't got to clear no rumors.
Yeah.
If you don't know who I am, you don't know me.
Facts.
If you ain't willing to move with me in the manner that you see me as I present myself in front of you, understand you just ain't willing to move with me because I move the same way behind your back.
Right.
So as long as you are happy, as long as you are moving in peace, and as long as you can look at yourself in the mirror, baby, it's all good. Because in the end, I'm going to smile. I'm going to be good. I'm going to be happy. I'm going to be okay. In the end.
Yep.
But the question you were asking in regards to the generation, want me to be a little bit more specific?
Yeah, you can.
My advice to you is two things. Surround yourself with like-minded people.
Right.
Your environment sucks if that's what you are experiencing.
Yeah.
The other thing is when you surround yourself with those like-minded people, enjoy them.
Okay.
Love on them. Allow them to leave. Keep the ones that need to go gone. The ones that need to stay, embrace. That's my suggestion because money comes, money goes. Fame ain't what it used to be.
Nope.
I got famous people and people with money jumping off of bridges and buildings just like anybody broke.
Yeah.
So I think that's a mental thing. I'll give you another little tidbit.
What's up?
get some mental counseling.
Yeah.
Get some understanding about yourself from a therapist, a homeboy, whatever. Talk to somebody.
Yeah.
That's the other suggestion. Get shit off your chest. Don't leave it on your head.
Okay.
All right, then.
Say no more.
All right.
It's a hey mom moment.
All right. Hey, Mom. What's up?
So look, last thing, anything you want to talk about for is
I got to ask you a question.
what's up?
All right. What is one of the most when you say when you say your generation is not being held accountable, right?
Mm-hmm.
What is the biggest thing that you feel like we need to be holding y'all more accountable in regards to? Like, what is one of the things that you feel like the generation, not just you, but hey, if the people before us would do this for us, we would be better.
Talk.
Ah.
That conversation.
Ah.
That's the most important thing.
So you don't feel like we don't talk enough?
No. This is what it's how I feel and what I see and what I know. Based off of the things you taught me and the things you keep talking to me about on an everyday basis has helped me. Before this, nothing. You know what I'm saying? So that's why I say a conversation with whoever it may be that's going in probably the same direction you going in or has already surpassed the direction you want to go in. A basic conversation would help a lot. You just said it earlier in the kitchen.
I don't remember.
A lot of people that you know done thought about harming themselves.
Oh, I got you.
And what if you don't pick up the phone, or what if I don't pick up? You know what I'm saying?
Right, I got you.
A basic conversation. Because our generation get told, oh, y'all dumb, y'all this, y'all that. That pushes us away. Basic conversation.
I got you.
That's all. It's just that simple. A basic conversation.
I got you. Thank you. Right there. I'm good.
All right. So, do you want to leave with anything else before we go?
This has been a wonderful
great.
Yeah, I've enjoyed talking to you. We talk like this all the time.
All the time.
It's my godson.
Yeah.
7.
Big 7.
Big 7.
Smooth. Yeah.
But yeah, I've enjoyed this time, this space. Thank you for having me on your platform. I appreciate it.
All right. So we'll see y'all back next week. Every week we will be dropping every Wednesday
at 12.
At 12 noon.
Noon. Thank you.
And see y'all back next week.
All right.
Joining in.
Thank you. Peace.
All right.